Hello, I am back. If anybody's watching this, hello. I am the comic book black belt. I'm Russ Leach, and I'm going to be drawing some Outliers by Joe Fulton. You can find out more about the comic at Fultonland. I'm sure I'll have a website up soon about the Outliers comic as well. Oh, sorry, get my camera right. I'll just turn that music down a little bit. For the algorithm, the music in the background is copyright-free music. There's just a little bit of noise in the background there. So now I've got those things out of the way. Welcome everybody. If you're watching, nice to see you. If you're watching on the replay, thank you very much. And as is the norm, first thing to do is get the whiskey flowing. So there you go. Pour myself a nice glass of whiskey. So, as I was saying, today I've got this nice page from Outliers. This is just the scamp of the page, the layout, as it were. So I'm just going to tone that back so I can do my finished pencil over the top, and then that'll be printed out in blue line when I go to do the inking. So I'm just going to have a go at this middle panel, and it's the falcon flying past, because he's got boots now. He's got rocky boots, flying past Miss Perception. She gets out of the way, just leans against the doorway. So there you go. So I'll just kind of get on with that. So I do digital pencils and traditional inks for a lot of the stuff. That's nice. Actually, today I was doing some Doctor Who work. Benini got in touch with me, asked me to do a few bits and pieces for Doctor Who magazine, which is very nice. So I've been inking that today because it has to be done super quick. I just did the whole thing digitally. That's not to say that inking traditionally is incredibly slow. It isn't. It's comparable, but I like to get my pencils just right before I do a traditional ink, which is why I'm doing what I'm doing for Joe here. For something that I want to do really quickly, and I might not do completely finished pencils, so I'll make most of it up on the ink, most of the time up on the ink. So that's why that all happened, and I'll be doing the colours for that tomorrow. So it's just interrupted me a little bit, but I'll then be carrying on with pencils. So here we go. Get the pencil. I think I've got cats going bonkers at the door, actually. Yes, I think there are cats at the door, so you have to excuse me for 1 second. It's a mad kitten moment. They'll be back, I would imagine. Okay. Yep. So, yeah. What's been going on this week? Well, I was away for a couple of days over the weekend. I'd kind of booked a trip away. Not really at the right time. I'm like super busy at the moment. Didn't really have the time to go away at all. But it was already booked, so I kind of had to do it. And it was family as well. You know, you got to spend that time. Got to spend that time. So I was away over the weekend for a while, and like I say, I got back yesterday evening, and today I've been spending time just sitting at the desk getting Doctor Who sorted. That's a bit weird. What's going on there? Got my knuckles in the wrong place. And then I did some training, a little teaching. Karate, that is. Nothing else. I did watch a little bit of Taekwondo this morning on the Olympics. That was all right. Not really a big. I mean, at the moment I do a kind of it's a Korean karate, and Taekwondo is Korean karate for all intents and purposes, but it's been developed slightly differently now. I was watching a video the other day about how it told you about the history of Taekwondo, and how it had branched off from karate, and also the name for it as well, the original name for it, and how it's related to heavily related to American karate, the majority of karate that's taught in America. It's a really interesting video, actually. And then after I watched a little bit of that Olympics, I picked up on the news. I don't know what to say, really. You all know what's going on. There's so much crap going on in the entertainment world, and all I can say is forget everyone else. Buy independent comics, unless there are a few. There are the occasional odd ones out, and I think kids comics. Oh yeah, what we used to call all ages. I think there's opportunities to find good stories there. So that's still a thing, but kind of like the mainstream adult comics. They're for adults. Why are they for adults? Why aren't they for everybody? I don't know. It's not just comics, it's everything, isn't it? Entertainment's just all messed up at the moment. But this comic, Outliers, is going to be awesome. I mean, obviously, I'm drawing it, so I can't go on about how the art or anything because that would be very big-headed. I'm just talking about the bloody cats. Just talking about the story. I'm absolutely loving it. It's really great fun. Classic superhero stuff. Very enjoyable to draw. And no, cat. Very enjoyable to draw. Whoops. But I have to say, even more enjoyable to read along. It's been great fun to draw the script I've had so far, and lots of action, lots of character development, really good stuff, and really cleverly done, really well thought out by Joe. Absolutely loving it. I just had the last fact file for issue 3 of Only Death Can Save Us, which will be coming out in the second book. I just had the script of that finished off by Rick, so I kind of wrote out an outline of what I wanted in there, and he gave it the Rick treatment, and it came back brilliant. So I'll be I should be drawing some of that next week, actually. And I've got to really start thinking about the campaign for book 2 very soon. Once I've finished off these pages and inked them up, I'll be drawing my own pages. And I know that I've still got some stuff to do for Joe after that as well, but it'll all work out in the same schedule. Oh, that music's crap. This cat's sat on my lap now. It's going to come in there. So this character Falcon is kind of like he's an interesting mix. He's somewhere between Batman and Iron Man. He's a really cool mix of that kind of thing. It's got aspects of both those characters. Joe's really created quite a brilliant world to that he's inhabited with these sort of classical characters, classical in the way that DC and Marvel had classic superheroes, that kind of thing. So it's just like, I think it's going to be so much fun developing, moving along with the story, and getting to see these characters develop. I mean, there's already development in the from part 1 to part 2, because it's a 48-page story in the first book, and that's 2 parts, so it could be split up into floppies at some point. So even from part 1 to part 2, there's this kind of development. Very, very good stuff. Really enjoying it. And so, like I say, this character is kind of somewhere between Batman and Iron Man. It's a great mix. I think that might be a little bit too high, so I'm going to bring that down. Yep. Let's have a quick check, see if anyone's in the chat. Muttman, hello. Thank you so much. Derek, thank you so much. It's lovely to see people come around. It's I don't know, there's something special about what's going on at the moment with indie creators being able to just sit there and draw and talk, and effectively let the audience in far more than they ever were before. I think this is the way things are going to go. I can't see it changing from now on. I think it's a model, and even those people that have been very much mainstream orientated are going to have to get involved in this way of doing things. I can't see the mainstream corporate comics, the bigger companies. I can't see them going away. I can't. But they are going to radically change the way that they get their content out. And I actually think that the term mainstream will end up being a collective term for indie comics, real indie comics. That's where I think this is all going. But whatever happens, it's all certainly under rapid change. Don't like that. And that's a good thing, because that's how improvements are made. That's how things get better, by change, moving on. The important lesson is not to just throw out the old because you don't like it. It's what works that matters. So don't just say, "Oh, right, we must change. Throw everything out." That's not the way it works. I'm just going to have a quick check on what I've done with the previous page. There it is. Just checking what I was doing with this. Okay. Because it should only be a hint of like eyes and eyebrows and stuff like that here, because it's all kind of like I suppose like the Batman helmet from Nolan's Batman. Sort of like manufactured, so there's no movement in the face, as it were, which makes it a bit tricky when you want to get emotion across in the character. But that's where comics are great, because you can cheat. Yeah, I didn't see that. Yeah, I'm going to put that up. We do definitely need all ages books. That's what I'm about. I mean, there's, you should have all kinds of comics, all kinds of different comics for all kinds of people. But I like all age fantasy, and that includes, science fiction, superhero stuff. That's what I love, because that's what got my brain going when I was a kid. And if I can be involved in doing that for other people, kids or not, kids, adults, doesn't matter. If I can inspire someone to do something for themselves, to tell a story, to get involved, to fire their imagination, then job's done. If I can entertain someone at the same time, even better. Right, that's working now. So he's coming through that doorway at pace, zooming through. For anybody out there who's new to the channel, thank you for watching. Probably more importantly, if you're sitting here watching this with me while I'm doing this, then you'll realize that I'm all over the place. And I'll just basically talk about whatever's in my head. Sometimes my discussion or whatever, my internal monologue. There you go. How's that? Whatever I'm talking about will kind of go off piste. Because I'm not very good at doing two things at once. So I'm kind of burbling while I'm drawing. But it's good fun. And sometimes there will be quiet times like now, which is why I put the copyright free. So just remember that, YouTube, copyright free music in the background. I've been watching just a little bit of it this evening. Been trying to find things to watch with my wife because she's not that into Marvel movies and stuff like that. I'm sure we've all got the same problems with a lot of our wives and girlfriends. If you're a guy, it's just the way things work. And we've been looking for things to watch, and I've mentioned this before. I've been we've been watching crime dramas because that kind of fits both of our parameters. So I've been watching Foyle's War, which is kind of like very low key, but it's actually been really good. So if you like a good crime drama, if you like a period drama, have a go at that. It's I'm pretty picky about the things I watch because I don't watch. I can't just take in most of the crap that's on the telly, and even stuff like the stuff that I'm sitting down with Karen to watch. I can only take it for so long. Found myself being sort of not really wanting to watch any of the new stuff on the streaming services. Watched a bit of Rick and Morty with my son, but that really isn't standing up as well as it was, when it started. But it's still funny. I think that needs to come in a bit. I did watch The Mandalorian all the way through. It was great right at the end. But I haven't really watched any of the other stuff on Disney. I never watched WandaVision. My son's watched Loki and says it isn't so bad. And I should try it. But I just know what I do know about it is there is an awful lot of talking in it. And I'm afraid I'm very shallow. And I like a good action sequence. So maybe I'll just skip straight to the one where Richard E. Grant is in it and watch that one. Yeah, that's about it, really. Tend to stay away from a lot of stuff. I'm making my own entertainment doing this half the time. Totally enjoying myself just drawing, writing comics. I mean, me writing. That was always the thing that stumped me. Coming up with ideas, I would always draw something, and so to be able to sit and write a script has been a bit of a revelation for me. But it worked out. People enjoyed what I did. So that's the plot outline for book 2 has been done, and I've already started doing thumbnails. Had to take a break, so get back to this stuff. But yeah, that's already on the board. Already on the board. I'm actually really looking forward to getting on with it, but I don't think I'll be able to get into the weeds of it for about a month. Hence, I'll probably be starting the campaign October 1st now. But it'll only be the delivery date will only change by the 1 month. I think I'm looking to deliver in February, so that'll all work out, I think. Then of course I've got to get stuff done for the Arrow version of it all. So it's all busy. You know, it works. That's nice. Oh, good Lord. Lots of people. Yeah. What's that mean? Yeah. Derek, please check your DMs on Twitter. I sent you a message yesterday. Okay, I will, Derek. Should Johnny Quest be English? I suppose he does look a little bit like Johnny Quest. I don't know. Thank you for the lesson. I don't know that I had any lessons involved, but that's okay. It's hard to focus on chat while drawing. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Thank you very much to Ninja. Very nice of you. Yeah. Yeah. Last Kingdom. Okay, I'll check it out. Hello, Jim. Thank you so very much for stopping by. The Last Kingdom. All right, okay, I'll have to check that out. Hey, George. Get back to it. Yes, I'll have to check that out. Right, I'm just going to flip that. His eyes are too close together, I think. Something not quite right there. Definitely, if you're I mean, if you're doing drawings traditionally, use a mirror without a doubt. If you're doing things digitally, give it a flip and have a look. You can do that easily in this or in Photoshop. Sometimes things just need a little adjustment, and it's amazing what a difference it will make. Just flip that over or look at it in the mirror, take a quick check on it. Okay, it works. Now that definitely looks better. So just zoom in on this perception here. I'll just get a face. Don't want to be that close in. And just get a face worked out. Yeah, there's me going quiet again because I'm concentrating. So like I say, she's just at the door here, watching our man the falcon fly past. So probably what I'm doing is I'm giving myself just a little bit too much work, but that's because I've changed over the last year from all digital to starting to use ink brushes or brush pens and do my inking traditionally. And I'm absolutely thoroughly enjoying it. But I'm still not uber confident. And so I like to get my pencils just so before I get involved in the inks. Right, okay, that's enough. But I have to say I'm thoroughly enjoying the inking process. So I'm just going to have to learn to get quicker on that. On the other hand, I'm inking sort of roughly 2 to 3 pages a day. So the time I do spend making sure my pencils are correct means that I'm 100% confident about what's on the paper. So I can kind of lose myself in the inking and just get on with it. So unless there's something, very technical going on, and there are a couple of places in the book where I've got to do architecture and some tech, but if that's not going on, so for instance, the pages I was doing in the forest, they were really quite straightforward, and I could just let myself go with those. That it transpired that I could get away with doing, like I say, on some days I was getting 3 pages done in a day. So there's swings and roundabouts as to how much time you put into the pencils, I suppose, if you're inking yourself. If you're very confident with the inks, then you can put very rough stuff down. And of course, when I'm doing digital inking, invariably that's what happens. It's a lot rougher, and I finish off with the inks. But not being as confident with the traditional brushes, I feel the time is better spent at the penciling stage. So I know exactly what's going on before I get to the real thing, as it were. Right, before I go any further, I'm just going to double check on our costume. I'm hoping that once me and Joe, touch wood, once me and Joe get to like book 3 or 4 or whatever, that I'm going to have these costumes in my head, and I won't have to constantly refer back to the guide stuff, or to previous pages even. There we go. So you probably can't see this on camera. I'm just looking back at a previous page. Right, which is exactly what I thought. Antoine. Hello. It's very, yes, wonderful that you're here. I know there are fundamental issues with drawing. Well, great. That's nice to see someone, because your art looked great on that preview page you had up. So if you're doing it, then I must be right. Excellent. I think sometimes maybe, well, you know this, Antoine, you definitely, but all of us, we're often too hard on ourselves. So I'm, I get my pencils right, and try to get my ink in just so, and then I complain to myself that I'm taking too long. But it's as long as you're aware of where your weaker spots are. So I would like to go faster, but I appreciate that that's not necessarily always the best thing. But before speed, you've got to make sure you get it right. But you must be on time. You must make sure you're on time. So you must be aware. So if your thing is speed, then be aware of that differential, and make sure that when you quote people for timings and what have you, you build in enough time to get the job done. Don't be late. Be on time. Be on brief. Was it repetition is the mother of perfection, but perfection is the enemy of good. I have a feeling I'm going to have to turn this around again. There we go. Good, right. Let's turn that round. Not quite as bad as I thought. I thought her boobs weren't quite right. So there's a little bit of movement there because she's put that arm back. But that's working. Yep, she's looking good. What's her face doing? Let's have a quick look. Hang on. Whoops. I think that might be a little bit too thick. There. That's better. You don't want to get too close in because those details you can't ink in anyway once it gets printed out. You just want to make sure you've got things just so. I think I'm going to have to pour myself some more whiskey. Yeah. This is just a lip. It's a little bit thin. Works. Okay, good. Save that. Oh, more whiskey. Where are we? For inks, 3 pages. I agree, 3 pages. For inks or pencils. It takes me 8 hours to complete 1 page of inks. Oof. Yeah, but I think it does depend on what you've got on the page, mate. So, again, we're always our worst critics. So. I can show you what I can show you some. Can't show you everything. So what was I doing? I did 3 days. No, they're the turnarounds. Outliers. Book 1. Do. Scanned inks. There you go. Right, okay, they're the TIFFs. I think we showed most of this. I think I did these 3. Oh, I don't know. You can't see that, can you? Oh, you can. Yes, you can, because it's in the... No, you can't. I'm talking to myself. Let's open those 3. Blank. Okay. Some conversion going on here. Please wait, caller. I'm trying to connect you. Mm-hmm. So like I say, these 3 pages, they're not like super detailed. There's not massive amounts of texture on them. It's just enough because it's got a, you know, that's the way I draw. I like a thick line. I like bold figures, and I'm drawing kind of like I suppose sort of Bronze Age-ish style. So and so, like, you know, I'm sort of intimating, I suppose, things like trees, leaves, grass, that kind of stuff. So I'm not putting huge amount, but I think I did this. This was one of the set of 3 that I did in one day. So, but they all just fell into place. Sometimes it happens that way, and then you'll get another one. You'll get another page. You think, oh yeah, I'm easy going to do this, and it takes you a bloody day to do it, but it happens that way. The guy with a star on his chest. Yeah, he is. Yeah, the guy with the star. That's the saint. Yeah, he is superhuman. Yeah, they're all. Yeah, like, so the Falcon is not superhuman. He's, like I say, he's somewhere between Iron Man and Batman. And there's a bad guy as well called Rough Cut, who is somewhere between. I don't know. He's kind of a bit sort of Punisher like, and he's kind of like a low tech. Yeah, low by comparison, a low tech Iron Man, with these blades that come out. He's quite a fun character. So you've got those characters that are kind of aware of the superhumans that are living in this world, in the Outliers universe, and then you've got the actual superhumans themselves. And you'll find out more. I can't tell you about how they became superhuman, but there's a whole backstory to all of them that's kind of like universe-wide encompassing, and it's really good fun, very cosmic. It's like old Marvel, it's sort of Jim Starlin kind of stuff. Oh, the cats are back. Right, so I'll just start doing this bit. I'm not going to get this finished. So I've been going for 55 minutes now. And I've got to get my beauty sleep because, yeah, I need it. Mug like this. Yeah. I can show, I suppose I can just show off a little bit of the fact files for Only Death Can Save Us. I'll just finish the helmet off on the Falcon here, and then I'll do that and wind up. think that needs to be bigger. See, it's silly stuff like that. I could well have cocked that up if I'd just left it to the layout and then inked over the top. Whereas by going in and doing more detailed pencils, I'm kind of nailing that, those details, nailing that stuff, so that when I do go to inks, it's absolutely right. Hello. I've got 2 cats here. One's called Willow and the other one is Inky. So I might be inking with Inky at some point. Stinky Inky. Although I like to call them Chen and Meow and Meow Salini, just to piss some people off. Okay, right. I think I'm going to leave that there. That's the pencils there. Finished them off this week. If anyone's interested, what I do is I blew them up, and it's so good. They're so cool from Clip Studio. I blew them up and print them out as a TIFF, high-res TIFF, onto Bristol 180 GSM paper, or it's paper rather than board, and ink them up, and that works. So what I'll do is I'll just open up a couple of those pages from Only Death Can Save Us. Oh, I didn't put the coloured ones in there. Here we go. So this is how this one turned out. So these are like they're like world building, fact file. They're basically padding it out. Not padding's the wrong word. They're providing more background information to the universe that Dee and Chrissy are in. The literary universe, that is. Let's open up. Yeah, this is like Satana and the Supreme. So it's if you read the book, if you pick up the second book, you'll read it in the second book. But you can pick this up in the Arrow comics as well. And it's a piece about the gods, about the very inception of existence, of reality, and how these things came together, how they were put together. Here's the brain piece. So again, quite pleased with that. Used like a photographic effect, sort of a bit like Steranko and Kirby used to use. I think actually Kirby started. Kirby started it after he saw Steranko do it. So that page inks actually looks like this, just on the ink. Oop, got a blank screen because it's a TIFF. It's a rather large TIFF, actually. There we go. So those are the actual brushes, the traditional inks on there, which I was quite pleased with, actually. Quite pleased with the smoothness of some of the lines that I got out of it. And the brushes are just great. Loving it. But that's how it came out coloured. So more from that book next week, maybe the week after. There may be just some more Outliers pencils next week, actually. But I'll be back on to Doctor Who tomorrow. Thank you, Antoine. Thank you. Nice. Thank you. Yeah, there may be some more surprises coming soon, actually. But whatever happens, I'll be on to book 2 of Only Death Can Save Us. So thank you so much to everybody. So Derek, Antoine, George, Jim, Muttman was in here, wasn't he? Yes. The Ninja, thank you for stopping by. Said Derek, I think. I think I got everybody there. I think I did. Thank you very much for stopping by and watching me draw and listening to me talk crap, and giving me an excuse to drink small whiskey. It's very nice. So hopefully I'll be with Joe on Thursday, because I don't think he's so well at the moment. So if you are watching Joe, get better soon. And if you're already better, then I'll be on the show on Thursday. And I may well be on Indie Vault as well. Give them a look. Always worth going over to Indie Vault and seeing what's going on over there. They've got a show on tomorrow night and a show on Thursday in the morning as well. I dropped into the chat over with Sim and Sugar earlier, so do check those guys out whenever possible. They are great. Shout out to Chemo Sabby, who was on that program. He had lots and lots of wisdom that he was dishing out to everybody. Very, very, very good. And I think that's about it. So yeah, I think that's everybody. Just trying to remember everybody I should be shouting out to. So if you want to find out more about Only Death Can Save Us, if you're new to the channel, go to onlydeathcansaveus.com. There will be more updates from book 1 to book 2 in the near future. There will be a book 2 campaign starting in October. And if you come back, if you want to hit that subscribe button, which would be fantastic. Thank you very much. Subscribe to the channel. I'll be back here every Monday over on Fulton Land on a Thursday. And you can find out more about the book as we go through, but also about Outliers as well. The Outliers. That's the book I'm on with Joe. So you can find out more about that at Fulton Land. Check out his channel. That's Fulton Land on YouTube. You can find me all around the internet, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and I think I've got every one of them. All Minds. Check me out on Minds. And I post whenever I can. I just so much to do. Okay, having to do all this stuff, it takes a lot of time, you know. But please do subscribe to the channel. That always makes life a lot easier. And share the video out if you can. Come find me on all those social media places. You can find more about me at russleach.com or comicbookblackbelt.com. And I think that's about everything. So once again, if you've watched the video on repeat or on replay, thank you. If you've hit the subscribe button already, thank you. If you were in the chat, thank you for stopping by. And that's me. I'm done for the week. And I will see you again next week. Cheers. Bye-bye.